Lesson is over rates. So what's the difference before we begin, let's talk about our other lesson over unit rates. Unit rates are the number of items or stuff per unit for every 1 unit. So the denominator will always be 1. So you have a quantity of stuff, quantity of something, and then you want to compare it to another quantity of stuff, and then that you're finding it per unit for every 1 unit. For example, Molly shot 20 baskets in 4 minutes. Nico shot 42 baskets in 6 minutes. How many more baskets did Nico shoot per minute? That means how many shots did he shoot for every 1 minute? Many ways you can do it. You can do it in a bar diagram. There's 20 baskets. Each bar represents 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. So I need to break down this 20 baskets per minute. So I divide by 4, so that's 5. So there are 5 baskets for every 1 minute, or for 5 baskets per minute. So some people like the bar diagram. Other people don't. They prefer the box diagram. So Nico shot 42 shots in 6 minutes. I need to break this down to per minute, 1 minute. How do you break down 6 minutes to 1 minute? Divide by 6, divide by 6, 77 shots in 1 minute. So Nico shoots 7 shots in 1 minute or per minute, 5 baskets in 1 minute. So how many more baskets did Nico shoot? He shot 2 more baskets than his friend Molly. Next one. So a rate is comparing 2 different quantities with different units. So different units could be like miles and gallons. Another different unit is mile per hour, baskets per minute, all kinds of stuff you can compare. Fluid per hour. A unit rate is when the denominator has a 1. So it's for every one of that unit, per unit. For example, someone types 15 characters in 5 seconds. So they can type 3 characters per second. Sorry, this was a second. For every 1 second. And then if it involves money, we call it unit price or unit cost. So here's a table. This shows the distance of time it took 4 bus drivers to transport children to Camp Hope from 4 different cities. We have Mr. Sanchez, Mrs. Mills, Mr. Holloway, and Mrs. Alexander. What does the expression 188 divided by 4 represent? So it's right here. It represents Mr. Sanchez driving. It represents the miles divided by the hours. So it seems as though we're breaking it down. So what does it represent? We're finding the number of miles per hour. Write an expression to find the distance Mrs. Mills travels in 1 hour. Write an expression to find the distance Mrs. Mills travels in 1 hour. So here's Mrs. Mills. So she travels 168 miles in 3 hours. I want to know in 1 hour. I could draw a bar diagram, 168. I break it down in 3 hours. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. So I'm breaking it out. So I am dividing. 168 divided by 33 hours. Or 168 miles divided by 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to break down each statistic, each information, or data. Mr. Sanchez drove blank miles in 1 hour or per hour. So Mr. Sanchez drove 188 miles in 4 hours. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. So I'm breaking this down per hour. So 188 miles per hour or for every 1 hour. So let's see. I'm dividing this. But divide by 4, I will get 47 miles for 1 hour. So each hour he drove 47 miles, 47 miles, 47 miles, 47 miles, which adds up to 188 miles. Mrs. Mills, on the other hand, drove 168 miles in 3 hours. Each one of these segments represents 1 hour. So I need to break down these 168 miles into portions, into hours, by hours. So I'm going to divide it by 3. So it's 56 miles per hour, or for every 1 hour. Mr. Holloway, on the other hand, drove 315 miles in 5 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. I need to know how many miles he drove per hour for every 1 hour. So 315 divided by 5 is 6. This goes in 3. So 63 miles per hour. So he drove 63 miles for every 1 hour. So 63 miles per hour, or 1 hour. That's a fast driver, especially if the speed limit is 60 miles per hour. Mrs. Alexander drove 112 miles in 3 hours. So here's 112 miles, 3 hours. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. So 112 miles in every 3 hours. So we're going to break this down. Uh-oh, got a remainder. We can get rid of that. Add a 0.0. How many 3 go into 10? 3 times. It's repeating. So it's 37 and 3,300 repeating, or 37 and 1/3 miles for every 1 hour. So 37 1/3, 37 1/3, 37 1/3, or 112 miles. So the question for this is, which driver do you prefer? I prefer the faster driver. However, he does drive over the speed limit depending if it's 60 miles per hour. So the safest is probably Mrs. Mills. Mrs. Alexander will take you forever. So I prefer Holloway. Why? He drives 63 miles per hour, or for every 1 hour. So we have another way to talk about rates. We are going to compare unit cost or unit price with cost with different units. So imagine this, I don't know what this is. I can't tell what it is. Candy or something. As $3 for every 1 pound. If I buy 2 pounds, it would cost me $6. I'm doubling it. If I triple it, it will cost $9. If I quadruple the price, it's $12. 4 pounds costs $8. If I buy half the amount, it will cost me $4. If I half of that amount, it will cost me $2. But going back here, if I triple what I bought, a pound, it'll be $6. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 1 pound. So $2 for 1 pound, $4 for 2 pounds, $6 for 3 pounds, $8 for 4 pounds. Velveeta cheese. 2 pounds of Velveeta cheese costs $4. What if I only want half of it? Or what if I just want 1 pound? So it'd be $2. But what if I want to double this purchase? That would be $8. Starting with 1 pound costs $2. What if I want to triple what I bought? That would be $6. So using what we know about this, different rates, which is rates is 2 different types of quantity with different units. One unit is pounds, the other unit is cost of dollars. How much would 3 pounds of mango cost? Let's see, 4 pounds. By half the amount, 2 pounds, that'd be $6. By half of that, it'll cost me $3. If I triple what I bought, that would be $9. How much would 4 pounds of ground beef cost? Use the table below. Oh, it's right here. 4 pounds costs $16. I think I probably have to change this to 3 pounds. How much would 3 pounds of ground pork cost? So 4 pounds, if I buy half the amount, it'll be $8. If I buy half of this amount, it's $4 for a pound. If I triple what I bought, it would be $12, so it's $12. How much would 1 ounce of candy cost? 1 ounce of candy by half of what 75 cents. So the last thing we're going to talk about is more with unit costs. At the farmer market, Farmer Brown sells tomatoes at 5 pounds for $7. Farmer Jones sells his tomatoes at 4 pounds for $6. Find a unit price for Farmer Brown. So if you buy 5 pounds, $7 for 5 pounds. If I break it down by dividing by 5, what's $7 divided by 5? I got to get rid of this remainder. Add up 0. That's 1.4. But in money amount, you don't say I spent $1 for 1.4. This is 4 tenths or $1.40 per pound. So 4 pounds costs $6. If you buy 2 pounds, it would cost him $3. Buy half of that amount, 1 pound, $1.50. So who's cheaper? Definitely Farmer Brown. Suppose Mr. Joe wants to buy 3 pounds of tomato for Tyra's spaghetti dinner with Farmer Brown and Farmer Joe. Which farmer has the best price, and by how much will he save? So I'm going to buy 3 pounds. So if I triple my recipe, 140 times 3 is $4.20. If I want to triple these tomatoes, 1 pound to 3 pound times 3, $1.50 times 3 is $4.50. So who's cheaper by 3 pounds? For 3 pounds, Farmer Brown, he saves 30 cents. So what are rates? You're comparing two different types of quantities. Here we did cost in pounds. Here we did cost in ounces. And then through it, you can find other types of equivalent rates to it. For example, 150 costs 1 pound. 3 pounds would cost $4.50. Quadruple it, $6 costs 4 pounds. Or you can break it down. So rates, comparing two quantities.